Welcome to the line change. Uh, this is our game recap for the Abbotsford Canucks, game 2 of their AHL playoff matchup against the Tucson Roadrunners. It's about a day late as I ended up working a little late last night, as in Friday, so I wasn't able to get this recap up in time. So I figured save it for Saturday. And everyone knows Saturday tonight, Abbotsford plays game 3 of their best of 3 series against the Tucson Roadrunners. And it's do or die for both teams, as the winner of tonight's game will advance to the next round. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the recap. So yeah, the Abbey Canucks end up dropping game 2 by a score of 4-1, setting up a do or die game 3. Victory was at their fingertips. We're gonna actually, before I even start, we're gonna go over. I'm gonna use a article from our friends at Canucks Army just to do this quick / mini recap, like I did for game 1. This is by Dave Hall, who covers the Abbotsford Canucks. And let's get started. Victory was at their fingertips. Buzzing off a game 1 victory just one night prior, the Abbotsford Canucks had the chance to sweep their first round mini-series and send the Tucson Roadrunners packing. Unfortunately, a red-hot goaltender had other plans. Despite the Canucks jumping out the gate with some energy, the visiting team took advantage of some untimely giveaways and grinded the Canucks down goal by goal. Between their pipes, Jackson Stober was red hot, stopping 38 of 39 Abbey shots, taking home first star honors with ease. Special teams production, or lack thereof, played a significant role in the loss, as the home team could not take advantage of some key opportunities at various times in the game. When all was said and done, Tucson willed their way toward a 4-1 victory, forcing a do or die game 3 on Saturday night. Starting lineup for the Abbotsford Canucks in this game. They basically ended up riding their hot hand, icing a near identical lineup from game 1. The one change came on the third line defensive pairing, where Cole McWard slid in for rookie Kirill Kudryavtsev. Unlike the Roadrunners, who swapped out netminder, the Canucks ran Artur Silovs on on back-to-back nights. So the lineups were as follows: Baines, Ratu, and Lekramaki on the first line, Di Giuseppe, Sasson, and Carlson on the second line, Blay, Mueller, and Klemovich on the third line, Kiara, Wouters, and Nielsen on the fourth line. Then you had your defensive pairings. On the first defensive pairing was Wolanin and Mancini. Second pairing was Brisebois and Wu. And then you had Hirose and Kudryavtsev on the third pairing. And then, of course, Artur Silovs in goal. Let's go over the first period. The home team wasted no time getting the crowd on their feet. With Archie Baines setting up Jonathan Lekramaki for an early chance. Baines got the inside track before sending the cross crease feed, but Lekramaki was just slightly ahead of the puck and sent it just wide. Excuse me. Unlike game 1, the first period went quickly with a good flow to the game and few stoppages. Just over 6 minutes in, one of the lone stoppages came courtesy of a Roadrunners penalty. Archie Baines was hauled down in his own end to send the Canucks on the game's inaugural power play. They enjoyed a few solid chances early, testing Jackson Stober with a few looks. None better than Sammy Blay, fresh off a 2-goal game in game 1, who rang a snapshot off the crossbar. Just past midway, Linus Karlsson got caught with an undecided cross-check, sending him to the ice in obvious pain. And of course, the Roadrunners capitalized on that missed call. Despite the Canucks holding the majority of play in the first half, it was the Roadrunners who struck first blood. Tucson goal by Ben McCartney from Kevin Connaughton and Andrew Agostino. Connaughton, that's a name that I recognize. Former Vancouver Giant. Working the cycle, the puck found its way to the point where Kevin Connaughton ripped a quick shot. While on the move in the slot, Ben McCartney managed to get a stick on the shot, redirecting it past Archer Seelovs. The Runners have capitalized on neglected goals, scoring 2 just one night prior, but the Canucks were not letting up. Just moments after conceding a goal, they were right back at it, jamming away at another chance. Aatu Ratu provided the heads-up pass to find Jet Wu at the point, who sent a smart and quick shot towards the net. Sitting at the net front was Baines, who jammed away furiously at the loose puck. Although Stubber had no clue where the puck was, he was able to cover it with a bit of help from his defensemen. But it was the visiting team gathering the best looks early. Kickstarting the sloppy breakout, Jonathan Lekromacki and Victor Mancini combined for a pair of giveaways, forcing Seelovs to stand tall. But Lekromacki nearly redeemed himself, picking up 2 strong attempts from his spot on the half wall. He couldn't beat the post or the goalie's paddle. The Canucks grabbed 16 shots in the period and carried play for most of the opening period. However, the Roadrunners' decision to start Jackson Stober stole the show, with him stopping all shots to enjoy the 1-0 lead. After one period, shots were 17-10 in favor of Abbotsford. Moving on to the second period. Thanks to some extracurriculars at the first period buzzer, the Canucks enjoyed a full stretch of power play time with a clean sheet of ice. Despite three shots on Stober, their puck luck continued, and they just couldn't beat the rested netminder. And they would later pay for that missed opportunity, with the visitors doubling their lead. Tucson would score their second goal. Andrew Agostino from Ben McCartney and Artem Duda. Cutting into the circles was Andrew Agostino, who collected the pass from McCartney. Although it had little force, he sent a perfectly placed shot above Seelov's shoulder to take the 2-goal lead. If there was one goal that the Canucks netminder wants back in the game, it's probably this one. Although it was well placed and he's battling in that front screen, there isn't much to the shot that finds its way up top. Looking to get something going, Ty Mueller broke through coverage to find himself all alone. Forced to take man, Tucson did what they could to save a goal, hauling the forward down to send the Canucks to their third man advantage. Nothing would come of it as they went 0 for 3 on the night, en route to 5 scoreless opportunities. As mentioned at the top, missed opportunities on the power play played a significant role in the loss. Eventually, you got the sense that the calls would start terping on the Canucks, and that's precisely what happened. They would take consecutive penalties to wrap up the period. Luckily, the Canucks have their newly found secret weapon in Victor Mancini, who had taken form as a one-man penalty-killing show. They were also committed to the defensive game in their zone, killing both penalties to counteract their inability to score on the power play. They went a perfect 3 for 3 on penalty kills. Unfortunately, that didn't matter. With seconds winding down, Tristan Nielsen coughed up the puck on an uncontested giveaway at the line, and Tucson would score their third goal. And it would be Kyler Yamamoto unassisted. Off to the races, Kyler Yamamoto made a pretty move to beat Seelovs on the blocker side before slamming it into the boards. It's a hard pill to swallow for Nielsen, considering the time remaining in the period. Instead of getting the puck deep, he elects for the cross-ice dish while his teammates are in the midst of a change, which leads to an unnecessary third goal. Not great. Despite taking the 31-20 shooting advantage into the dressing room, the visitors had a 3-0 lead after 2 periods. After the second period, the shots were 31-20 in favor of Abbotsford. Now moving on to the third period. Contrary to the middle frame, the Canucks began the third period down a man, successfully killing their third penalty kill. And thank goodness, as that kick started the scoring for the home team. Abbotsford would finally get on the board with Linus Carlson scoring, assisted from Aatu Ratu and Sammy Blais. Thanks to the in-zone keep from Victor Mancini, Sammy Blais feathered the puck down to Ratu for a shot on net. Although the attempt was stopped, Linus Carlson swooped in to pounce on the rebound and kickstart the scoring. Just before the midway point of the period, the Canucks were handed their 5th power play of the game. However, despite a very early chance for Max Sasson, they let another opportunity slide by. With time their enemy, the Canucks nearly cut the deficit to 1. Mancini threw the puck toward the net, and spinning for the rebound was Tristan Nielsen. Akito Arase came in looking for the rebound, but couldn't get free to pounce on the empty net. And with that time running out, the Roadrunners delivered the dagger, scoring their fourth goal, and it would be Ben McCartney into an empty net. Right off the defensive zone faceoff, McCartney flipped the puck up and over Mancini to spring himself on the break with the gaping net. Despite the chance to put an end to Tucson's season and enjoy the extended rest, the Canucks could not beat a well-rested Jackson Stober. When all was said and done, too many turnovers, unlucky puck bounces, and not enough from a few of their go-to threats led to a 4-1 loss. Winner takes all the marbles on Saturday. With Tucson's victory, the series heads to a do-or-die Game 3 on Saturday. Thanks to the Canucks' 44 wins, they enjoy home ice advantage. They will need all of that boost to continue with their season. Puck drops at 7 p.m. at the Abbotsford Center. So there's your little mini game recap for Game 2. Obviously a big game tonight. I'm actually going to watch the game, and hopefully I'll be able to do a recap following the game or shortly following the game. If not, I will for sure recap it for Sunday morning. But yeah, that's going to do it for this game recap. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the Line Change and would like to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, and for the time being, your Abbotsford Canucks content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And also, if you want, hit that little bell and you will be notified every single time we upload a video. You can find us on social media, on Twitter /X at LineChangeVan. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change and you'll be able to find our Facebook page. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please be sure to rate and review if you do so. It would be very kind and very generous. So yeah, that's going to do it for this mini Abbotsford Canucks game recap. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video.